Hi, welcome to another segment of Corey's Corner. I'm Dr. G, and I've decided it has been a while since I've done this. You may have seen the one I just did with my mom, so this one I have my dad with me, Steadman, Graham, Tuna. These Jamaican names that they give, I have no idea. And as you can see, I kind of changed costume in it a little bit. It's not costume, it's part of my wardrobe. One of my girlfriends, Max, actually got this piece for me for an event that I had. So my dad is ancestry is Indian, and my mom has African ancestry as well. We're mixed in, so I'm matching a little bit to commemorate that, I guess ancestry lineage. But Corey's Corner, as you know, is about personal professional development, and I think a good thing, people know me and know about me and what I do, is also to incorporate the other part of who I am, which is my parents or my family. So I spoke with my mom, I'm going to talk with my dad because he's a young parent as well, not a teenage parent, he's a little older than my mom. But he also had like a tremendous amount of responsibility at a young age, and he had to drop out of school. I don't think he went to high school, right?
No.
And he had a middle income job. So this is where, when we're talking about personal professional development, we talk about the technical skills and certain trades or whatever else it is. But he's always been a worker. I didn't even realize that he had chairs in a barber shop. I had to find out from one of my in-laws about this story, right? And I remember a story which he doesn't remember was when I know it was about 5. It's funny how my recollection of certain things, I don't remember everything, but there are points that I think I asked him for 50 cents, which was, that I could get candy or stuff like that. And he, I told him that my barter was that I would sing for him. God knows why I thought that I could sing. And, he smiled, not in whatever, but the fact that, look at this little thing, propositioning me for it. He doesn't remember the story, and that's fine, but I remember it. I don't remember if he gave me the 50 cents, so that's the other piece. I wanted to know why he didn't give me my 50 cents. But, you're also from a large enough family, in terms of siblings. You're more boys and was one girl, and in terms of even taking care of having the responsibility for your mom, you had responsibility for your nieces and nephews, and also your brothers, right? At a very, very young age. So even us being in, the fact where we live, it wasn't a horrible area. It was a good area. It had good family, middle class family. Even till today, middle income, because people don't want to move. But obviously, environments change and certain things change. And also, our finances change a little bit because as we started getting older as children, plus the responsibility of an extended family, started bearing down on that. And when the company went private, the government with the busing, you went back into something that you were good at, something that was easy for you, the fishing and stuff like that. And that provided us, some people don't understand the luxury on how much these things, it cost with the seafood. It was something that we got, and we didn't take it for granted, but it's a cost we didn't have to have. And as Mom was saying before, there are many days we've gone without meals because it's been tough, and folks didn't know that, and it didn't matter. We weren't raised to be whatever. If it was a little bit of sugar and water with bread, we were happy. We went to bed and we went to school. So talk a little bit about you and how you've navigated. It is a lot to be able to do all those things, and people also not being grateful, and just being young and being kind of like the center stone of this. Mommy's kind of the same with her siblings too.
Yes, I have to go to sea sometime, 5 nights, learn something that everybody can afford to eat. After I stopped fishing and thing, I go and learn and trade. When I was about 19, I was doing shoemaking. And I started to work with the company that I learned shoemaking, and I eventually took driving, and I passed my driving course. I started to drive passenger bus, and I drive that passenger bus for nearly 10 years plus. And I was to get redundancy, and I went back to fishing once again.
Yeah, and we used to drop us, sometimes it was on Sundays when you had the days, you would take us we could come on the bus.
Yeah, I drive out.
Yeah.
Sometimes I drive a bus at the house.
Yeah, and you do that's when I guess we went to that Indian place where I think, did you ever take us there? You said you took us there, Mommy.
Yeah.
It was
I
like
did.
an outdoor thing. I forget what the
Yeah.
name of it is. So, talk a little bit, I mean, it must have been hard, knowing, I mean, you're very educated. This is one of the things I tell folks, that I'm not very smart. My parents didn't get an opportunity to finish. My mom didn't get an opportunity to finish high school. And I don't think you even got through primary school. So you probably were out of school.
I got a lot of small elementary school, and after I leave them elementary school, I go to a government school. I think I leave school when I'm about third grade because parents them couldn't afford.
Yeah, so that's about like 9, 8,
No, about
11. I guess my numbers are
walk
off.
at least
Third
3
grade.
miles every day, go to school without shoes on my foot, and walk come back home. We used to get our lunch at the school free, we used to get milk powder and cheese and bread for our lunch. And that is.
And that's one of the things I think even today with me and our family members, brothers and sisters, nieces, and so on, and even some of our cousins that I'm close with, or we have established relationship, to understand, humble beginnings, and not wanting or coveting or that envy, and always, like, it kind of sets you up to know that, look, you work hard, there's always a way. You just, you have to set up and just be committed to doing the right things. It may not be easy, but having people around you, and I guess knowing that you had so many people that needed you more so than for you, right? And that you had all the tools or whatever else it is to go out and to make sure you're able to provide, right? It's actually a truth for the most of the world. It's not, some of us are very privileged to certain things, right?
Yeah. Sometimes I couldn't afford nothing. I have to go to my family and I ask them for a loan that I can get something, that everybody could have something to eat. So I have sometimes all 4 miles to go to my family because I never have a bus fare.
And that's the other thing, is like a lot of times family weren't there even when they could help.
No, not really. I never really get disappointment from them, as long as I go and explain to them and let them know. So they can help me, they'll help me. They can afford it, they'll help me. If they cannot, they'll tell me that they can't afford it.
Yeah, because it was tough, even having grandma the way she was, and stuff like that, and taking care of her. Also, all of that fell on our family, and then the additional support of stuff. So, as I said, folks, personal professional development is a journey. You have to work on yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You have to, for me, I have self-confidence, and that's because of both of my parents, right? They are very confident. They didn't think they never showed it, that they lacked anything. And I think they had the discipline. People ask why I'm always on the go. That's one of the things my mom, when we were young, just try to make sure we're involved in things. So it will help to keep us out of trouble. Mind you, that doesn't mean that was always so, right? But for the most part, it kept you busy, being involved, building at an early age some of the foundations that will be fundamental to being that. Having my grandmother at home and she was paralyzed until, she was bedridden, and having other family members around that needed our support, kind of let you learn empathy a little bit more, and I think also allowed you to also make sure that you were not you're better than other people, but always be giving, always be, give of yourself. We always gave away everything we had in our home. We would be left with nothing. It was the normal thing for my parents and for my mom to do, and understanding, I guess, at a very early age, sacrifice. And I think both my parents have done that, and they've, again, when I say remember when we were young, when you were a kid, it is so important, because you go through things that people don't even know, right? But if you are able to tell that story, someone else will be able to benefit. because most of the world go through those same thing. As you said, you know, you can go to Africa, China, India, wherever it is you're going to go. You know, the Middle East, you go to, you know, Central or South America. The story is, you know, people work hard. They have to come up through some toils, even if they had good days or good years where they were doing well. But it doesn't stop you from becoming your best self, you know, which is, on that note, we'll go into my lifestyle brand, which is Designs by Dr. G, or our logo or quote says, perfection is your best you. You're always working on self. Self-love is important. You can't judge yourself too harshly. Look at what's going on and look at what the adversities may mean to you. It's a sustainability lifestyle brand that does a 10% give back. We've worked with a lot of individuals and communities, regionally and internationally. We have Corey's Corner, which also does like mentoring and personal professional development as a focus. All of those are part of my main company, Graham International Consulting and Research, which is a management consulting firm, and we do a host of different things. So you can look us up. We're on Facebook, we are on IG, and if you have any questions, send me drop it in a PM or make your comments. Just take everything we're talking about. I'm just sharing a little bit about my legacy, because I have really two, like the rest of you, some of you will say, or all of you will say, two really awesome parents. If it wasn't for them and all they've done to try and protect and to provide for us, I wouldn't be me, and I'm always working on my best self. So, till the next time, see you on Corey's Corner.